Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm super excited to be asked to be a guest designer for the Bleeding Art Challenge blog. In November, I was their winner for the November challenge, and so Cathy was kind enough to ask me to come back as a guest designer. So it's super exciting. This month's challenge for January is Anything Goes. So I'm going to be starting with a triangle canvas and a buttercream stencil and some DecoArt media modeling paste. Just trying to add some texture and some layers to the canvas. Just using a palette knife, nothing super exciting, nothing too technical. So now that that's all dry, well, for the most part, I'm using some metal embellishments and some Liquitex gloss super heavy gel to hold the metal embellishments down. These metal pieces were actually whole circles, and I cut them in half and then cut the triangles out for the corners. So I'm just gonna again use my palette knife to attach these to the canvas. In the process, make a mess doing so because I always make a mess when I'm using any kind of gel medium. I don't know why. It just ends up all over my hands and fingers, and then I end up peeling it off like a kid peeling off Elmer's glue from their fingers in school. So once I have them laid down, then I'm just going to take a paintbrush and just go in the little grooves and the holes of the metal embellishments to try and flatten out some of that gel medium so it's not super textured. I still want to get the texture of the metal embellishments themselves. So now that that's all, again, semi-dry, I'm just going to take a Brea Reese foam roller and some Liquitex white gesso. I have my gesso in a huge gallon container, and it's always a pain to have that big old honky thing on my workstation. So I just keep some in a Tupperware, and it's easier to, doesn't take up much space on my workstation. So the reason I'm using the foam roller is to get a little more texture. I didn't use a paintbrush because I didn't want a smooth texture. I wanted kind of rigidy, rough, grungy texture without adding more texture paste or modeling paste. So I'm going to be using Ken Oliver Crafts Color Burst. I'm going to be using Lamp Black, Burnt Orange, Burnt Umber, and Merlot. And these are so much fun. They're concentrated powders, pigment powders, and I just kind of dump them on the canvas and then start spraying with water, and kind of let them go where they're gonna go. I thought I was gonna concentrate the orange and the Merlot in the center with the flower, and then just do the black and the umber around the edges. But I got a little heavy-handed, and it kind of went everywhere. But that's okay. It added to the grunge of the canvas. It added more grunge effect to it, so which I'm super happy with. So I'm just moving the paint around, trying to dry it between some layers, sopping some up with paper towels, adding more, um, spraying more. A little more drying. Now here I have it propped up on my workstation, so as I spray I can get some drip effects down through the canvas, which I was super excited, and then I couldn't stop. I just kept adding more and more and more. So that was it for today. Once I got all my layers done and I was happy with it, then I actually showed a little restraint and stopped after a while. So I was happy with how this turned out. And thank you, Cathy, for having me as a guest designer. And I will make sure to leave a link in the description for the blog. And if you want, come on over, check it out. and join us for the next challenge. Enjoy the still shots, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks. Bye.